Hello, good to meet you all virtually. I'm going to be telling you today about my career, and I brought some aids to help me to explain things better for you. So first off, let's start with who I am. My name is Samuel Buxton. I have a PhD and a DABT, which stands for the Diplomat of the American Board of Toxicologists. And I work basically as a toxicologist. I went to school and gained my PhD in toxicology. So what do toxicologists do? Toxicologists measure or assess the safety and effects of drugs, biological agents, basically anything in the environment. Toxicologists assess the safety of that thing on humans, on animals, and then in the environment. So if you think of a toxicologist, think of me working as somebody to protect you from anything that is harmful, things that are in your home, things that are in the environment, and not just you as a person, but I also work as a toxicologist to protect animals, to protect plants, to protect water bodies, and to make sure that things that are in the air are good enough for you to breathe. So next, I'm going to tell you about how I qualified to be a toxicologist. So to be a toxicologist, I went to school. After you finish with your high school and everything, and you go to university or college, I went to the college and got my bachelor's in science in biochemistry. And I went to college in Ghana. I brought this to show you where Ghana is, just in case you don't know. So I come from Ghana, which is this country here, shaded in green, in West Africa. So I moved from Ghana in West Africa, came all the way here to the United States, specifically to Iowa, which is somewhere here, and then went to school. So first, my bachelor's in science is from Ghana, and then I came to the United States and did a PhD in toxicology, which took me 5 years. After my PhD in toxicology, I did some additional training, which is basically working as a postdoctoral associate. I went on and did further research for 4 years. After that, I got a job as a toxicologist, and whilst working as a toxicologist, I sat for the certification exams. This is the Diplomats of the American Board of Toxicology exams, and then I gained my DABT. So DABT certifies me as a toxicologist with the general knowledge and understanding to apply the principles of toxicology for risk assessment and to protect people, animals, and plants. So what do I do as a toxicologist on daily basis? Well, these are some of the things that I do. This is not at all exhaustive. There is a whole lot more that I do as a toxicologist on daily basis, but I thought that this would be interesting to share with you. So on daily basis, as a toxicologist, I plan research. So research is basically, I want to address a question or an issue and I don't know how to address it. I design research to find out the answer to the problem that I have. So after designing research, sending it out, and then having labs conduct the research, I get the results and then I use the results for other things. Some of the things that I use the results for are publication. So I publish papers. It's important as a toxicologist for credibility and to show yourself as somebody who is practicing toxicology to publish papers in what we call scientific journals. As a toxicologist, one of the things that you do is risk analysis. So for example, somebody is going to take, let's say, ibuprofen. You have to do risk analysis to know how much would the person take for it to be effective in, for example, getting the pain that they are suffering to disappear, or getting the pain taken care of without the ibuprofen necessarily harming them or causing problems like liver issues. So that's basically what we do in risk analysis. You measure the risk benefits of drugs and chemical agents, and that is one aspect of risk analysis, what we do as toxicologists. I also, as a toxicologist, I respond to regulators. So if, for example, the Federal Food and Drug Administration or the Environmental Protection Agency here in the US, which are regulatory bodies, or the European Chemical Agency in Europe, want to regulate a certain chemical, I, as a toxicologist, will work with the regulators to make sure that they regulate the chemicals appropriately, so that you get a chemical that you want to use, but you don't use it in a way that will be harmful to you. Or if a chemical is going to be harmful to you, we work with regulators as toxicologists to make sure that that chemical is not put out for people to use. So as a toxicologist, I take this as my motto: to protect human health and the environment. So my main aim as a toxicologist is protecting you, the person, and your animals, and the plants and water and the environment as a whole. So a last question that I want to address is, who will want to be a toxicologist? What do you need to become a toxicologist beside my educational qualifications that I told you of? Well, these three things are probably something that almost all of us will identify with. Do you care about animals? Do you care about people? And do you care about the environment? The environment being plants, water, and the air that we breathe in. If you care about these three things, then being a toxicologist is a good way for you to go. So as a toxicologist, I work on protecting animals, protecting the environment, and then protecting human health. I hope this short video tells you a little bit about working as a toxicologist. It is a fun discipline to work in. It is a very broad discipline. Working as a toxicologist, you can work in forensic labs as a forensic toxicologist. You can work as a clinical toxicologist. You can work in the government. You can establish your own business as a toxicologist. There is really no end to what you can do as a toxicologist. I hope you do consider becoming a toxicologist sometime in the future. And I'll hopefully see you as a toxicologist in the American Board of Toxicology. Thank you and bye.